political experience that someone like a Mark Garneau brought to the table. First of all, a word about Mark. Mark is an extraordinary Canadian who served his country as in the Navy and then as Canada's first astronaut, and is a very, very smart and well-degreed man who will continue to serve his country as he always has. And I'm lucky to have him as part of the team. But I actually have as much, if not more, political experience than he does. I ran in a contested nomination, and then I ran in a riding that I wasn't supposed to win in, and won it back from the Bloc Québécois. I beat over separatists to be able to win my riding. Then I did it again in the very next election, in the last election in 2011, when the Liberal Party was collapsing across the country. I actually managed to triple my margin of victory. So, yes, I'm only in my early 40s, and I have an awful lot of learning still to do. But I come to this position with a tremendous amount of on-the-ground political experience that I put forward during this campaign. But one has to understand what a leadership campaign is all about. It's not about shaping a policy platform that people are then going to vote on to implement. It's about putting forward values and ideas and priorities that allow people to know the kind of leadership you plan on offering. And on the other hand, leaving room for Canadians to come in and fill their expertise into building a platform over the next 2 years towards an election. If I'd run an election campaign like that, you'd be absolutely right for saying, what's the point? We haven't heard any of the ideas that he's going to do, and he might be Prime Minister in 2 weeks. In an election campaign, that wouldn't work. But in a leadership campaign, it's all about how we build, once again, an organization and a party that manages to open it up and engage with people and allow people to weigh in. Now, there's this rumor going on out there that I didn't talk about policy the entire time. Well, that's absolutely untrue. I took some very, very strong stances on everything from increased trade with Asia, increased investment in natural resources development, legalization of marijuana, being against strengthening of any campaign of any language laws in Quebec. I touched a whole bunch of positions around policy that Mr. Harper or Mr. Mulcair, the other two political leaders, haven't taken. But the one thing I didn't say was, I'm going to wrap up a single platform that if you elect me, I'm going to tell you how we're going to go on this. No, this is a time for grassroots engagement. And that's what I'm happy about. And yes, all my life, people have noticed that I was the son of Pierre Elliott Trudeau. And that always does get me a little extra attention. People look to hear what I have to say. But Canadians aren't so starstruck that if I didn't have something real to say and real to offer, there's no way I could have sustained this long. People want to see a new generation of politics come in and done differently. And that's very much what I'm focused on. And that's what I'm very proud that the leadership and now the Liberal Party is entirely focused on. So thank you very much for that question.